coaching can make a huge difference in your life. And now you can say, duh, you're a coach. Of course you're saying so. But I'm talking about the coaching I got in the last 5 months. So actually it's 12 sessions. So due to circumstances, we didn't coach for at least a month. But during all those sessions, I can honestly say that so many things have changed. So was this the first time I've been coached? No. Is it the first time I've been coached by a CHPC coach? No, not either. But the difference is that when I got coached years ago, I wasn't the person that I am right now. I've learned so many things over the years. I've done a lot of coaching myself. I've traveled the world. I have seen so many things, and there's also a certain urgency that has risen. So back in the days, you know, married life, working for a boss, and then at some point I started to do my own stuff, but still, you know, relatively comfortable until things changed and I couldn't walk anymore. And then the health insurance decided not to pay for my sessions anymore because I am originally an energetic therapist. So I had to reinvent myself. And lately I've been following a lot of training, and one of those trainings had to do with becoming a CHPC myself. So there had been a discussion for a while, especially in the year of 2022, about the difference between a therapist, a coach, a counselor, a mentor. And I was like, well, the way it's described, it sounds like I don't get it as a coach. So there was said, as a coach, you have the framework. As a therapist, you are the one who needs to listen. Well, fact is, as a coach, you need to listen because you may have a framework where you think this is going to work for people, and it especially works very well when it comes to training. And when setting up a course, it works very well too. But the main thing when it comes to coaching, even when you have a certain topic in mind, is that it's about the one who is being coached, the coachee. So what does the coachee wants to change, and how much are they willing to do? How capable are they of changing? What mindsets do they have? What needs to be changed in order to have them look at themselves with renewed eyes? Well, one of the things that I've always been very wary of, or better said, allergic to, is when it comes to planning. I absolutely do not like planning. Well, I am planning, of course, because there are group coaching sessions, which I now have weekly. There are the times that I go to the physical therapist. So there are things that are fixed in my life. It's as easy as that. But when it comes to actually having certain things out there on the website, that was a big difference. So I always said, well, on the weekends, I want to write my blog post. I wanted to have it out there. And I knew that I should pick up on going live again weekly on YouTube. And those things, well, I've been weekly live on YouTube for 9 months or for 8 months. And then I stopped doing it because I started traveling. And I needed to pick it back up. But for some reason, no incentive. I don't know what it was. Maybe disappointment. And here's the thing. And I actually wrote a blog post about this a couple of days ago. It's been published now, also on my website. So if you want to go there, go to ladylexi.com/blog/ I don't know. Not I don't know. I don't know what follows. Something with courage and consistency probably. But if you click on ladylexi.com/blog, you are bound to see it. And I was actually looking back on all the stuff that I had done to get where I am right now. And it's kind of funny because I just had my final coaching call for the CHPC sessions. So now we get other sessions from here on. And the things that I already had been looking at during the weekend to figure out how did I come where I am now, from where did I come, I needed to look at things, and I realized, like, okay, so in April, I think it was April, I became a CHPC. And one of the reasons was I wanted to know, what does a coach do? Just like I said, I had that discussion. And then I was like, okay, that framework, Brendon Burchard, it's one of my role models. He talked about the framework, and I was like, I want that framework of my own too. Well, he didn't talk about that framework during CHPC, but he did in Austin during the coaching summit. And ever since, he has been talking about frameworks every now and then. And I'm basically creating frameworks every chance I get. So that's good. So last Friday, I went live for the first time again, which is now going to be Friday Night Live with Lady Lexi. Yeah, I'm proud to say so. It's on YouTube. You can also click on the link, which is in my blog post, and then you'll find it too. And it's because he said if I were to do it again, I would do it on Friday, that I finally was like, I can do that. I already decided that I was going to do a challenge like every last weekend of the month, which was also a result of talking about the whole marketing and sales enrollment and re-enrollment with the people from, yes, Brendon Burchard, who actually train CHPCs to get clients. So they say, well, if you want to join us, then you need to be there every other week. And they were very insistent about it. And I was like, you're not supposed to miss any. Well, I think 2 max. So I was like, oops. But it's so worthwhile to be there and to listen what they're saying. And last week they were challenging me, like, do you really think you're at your max, or can you do things better? And there's always room for improvement. And that's what the good thing is. So I've done a lot of things in this last 9 months, to improve myself. And of course, I've been doing this over a decade now, so it's not like coaching is new to me. But it's nice to see how I look at things differently, and how renewed coaching is actually helping me move forward. And I've been coached by people who were assigned by Tony Robbins, like I said, also Brendon Burchard. But this round really has made a difference. So I'm linking everything together. I'm using it all so I can combine it together. And when I realized last Saturday that I'm actually planning ahead, I was like, who? Me? Can I do that? Well, apparently I can. And I was glad that I already had recorded some videos, which I hadn't posted straight away, because yesterday I was up till early in the morning and I didn't feel like recording anything, but I did want to post something, which I could. And then today, this is actually the second video that I'm actually recording already. And I'm like, oh, that's good. So the one I recorded earlier today is going to be posted. And this one is, I don't know, it's probably going to be posted tomorrow, or maybe it's going to be the other way around. And I already made the YouTube versions, so those are going to be scheduled too on YouTube. And those are things I never did before. It was like more like an after the fact kind of thing than doing it ahead of time. And I'm like, am I the same person? Is that me? Really? So many things have changed. And talking to Sandra, my CHPC coach, I realized that, first of all, it helped me to see how CHPC coaching works. So, yes, she takes the topics, but she also puts her spin on it, which is good. And having done it now gives me a different view on the whole CHPC training. But whenever we do train together, so with other CHPCs, it's nice to see how they do it and then how I experience it. So, which actually happened last week and is going to happen again this week. So there's so much going on, and I always say one step at a time, and I always remind myself to do it one step at a time, especially now. But it's going so quickly, and it all seems to go so natural. So we talked about being more consistent when it came to posting. And then all of a sudden, it was December, and I was thinking about the Christmas challenge, and I was like, okay, I'm going to post every day until it's Christmas. And to my surprise, I haven't stopped posting ever since. So yesterday was my 52nd day, I think, that I've been posting. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know I could post daily, and I try to use one topic specifically per month. So I started with clarity. Then in December, it was about the energy, the dark month of the last of the dark month of the year, the last month of the year, with a lot of festivities going on, which also are very hard for people. Lack of sunlight. Looking back on the year, what did I accomplish? What didn't I accomplish? So December can be a very difficult month for a lot of people I know. And then this month, January, is about courage. And, I used to post about New Year's resolutions, and nowadays I'm like, no, it's about what you always wanted to do. And if you start prior to January, then you can give yourself that push to go on. So in 4 days, so today is Monday, on Friday around this time, I will be doing my first live. Of course, it's also Friday Night Live with Lady Lexi, but there's going to be a second and a third day that weekend too, because I'm doing the Courage Challenge. And if you want to sign up, ladylexi.com/courage challenge. So you get a little something as well when you sign up. So ladylexi.com/courage challenge. I knew that the challenges work for me. So that's how it started out. It started out with those challenges. And then someone said, well, do it weekly. And I was like, nah, that doesn't make sense. I mean, I need to announce that I'm going to do it. And then I realized, yeah, but the platform where I have to announce it in, it's so hard to work with the platform if you don't know your way around it. Well, for this challenge, I finally managed to actually get that landing page, that opt-in page where you leave your name and your email out there. So that's good. I haven't put everything in there yet that I want to, because of course I'm also posting daily on Instagram and then converting that to posting on YouTube. But the mere fact that I'm doing it, and also now the Friday Night Live, the inspiration that I use for that one is actually based on what I did the entire week. And it was kind of cool to create a framework based on what I had been talking about. I was like, oh, that's cool. It actually comes nicely together. And then having done so and talking about it, I recorded a video the next day. I'm not sure. I think it was about the fact that I was actually doing the Friday Night Live challenge again. Not the challenge, the Friday Night Live. You know, I've been going back and forth in my mind, like, how am I going to pick it back up again? I started it, didn't follow through, started again, didn't follow through. Then Brendan said, do it either on Monday or Friday. And I was like, I did it on Wednesday. And then recently he said, do it on Friday. And that helped me. That made my mind understand again, like, okay, yeah, we're going to do it on Friday. And it works. And it works perfectly in line with doing the challenges on the last weekend of the month. So scheduling. Oh my God, I am scheduling ahead of time. Who would have thought I could do it? Well, I didn't, but it's happening. And that's the huge improvement that I've made. So being a part of several trainings at the same time, of course, they are all linked to Brendon Burchard. So he doesn't contradict himself, so that's easy. So they are all in line with what he says. And I've been following a lot of his trainings already over the last years. But now it all seems to come together. And the one thing that has stood out most for me is, even though I tell people to visualize, to set the intention, I realized that I could do it more, and I could do more on a different level. So I've been talking to some people and they told me how they did it. And I was like, oh, but that's interesting. So here I am again, and I'm working more on those things because I do know what I don't want. And to a degree, I do know what I want. But some things are unclear. And people have been asking about it ever since. And, well, since I'd been talking to my coach about it the previous time, I actually could say, well, you know, this is what I would like. And, well, that's what I'm working on now consistently. So it doesn't work if you don't take action. And the action is there. I'm talking every day here on camera, or I'm posting some cards, and mostly in the form of video on Instagram. And just today or the day before, I realized that I can also plan ahead in Instagram, which I might do too. I don't know yet. But the world of possibilities has opened up for me. And it just seems to fit in so nicely at the moment. And it feels good to reflect on things and look back. And, you know, when we coach, you know, we have the saying, walk the walk, talk the talk. Talk the talk, walk the walk. And I know that getting out there, by being out there, I want to inspire people. I'm also a role model for people. And I cannot teach about things if I'm not doing it myself. For me, visualizing, taking people into meditation is very easily when I'm talking to the people. It's an instant connection. And it just flows. It just happens. When I am like, okay, I want them to experience some things, also related to choices, then boom, it's like close your eyes and just go. That's me. And realizing that I should do so more for myself was actually a good one. I've been looking around more and more, like, okay, this is what I want. And then realizing, bringing back memories. Oh yeah, when I saw that, that's when I thought. And that's actually such a good thing, to become more aware of what I want and how I want it. And like I said, we can visualize all we want, but nothing will happen if we don't take action. And that's what's the beauty of it. I'm being way more consistent than I ever thought possible. And when I realized that I was planning ahead, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know I could do it. Well, having said so, it's still about courage, the courage to face that we still can change things, that there's always room for improvement, the courage to invest in ourselves, to become the better person, the person that we know we can be. In my case, I want to inspire others to know that they're good enough, that it's important that they are also heard, seen, and understood and valued for the way they are and for who they are. And the question, of course, is, what does it mean for you to be coached? What is that one thing that you want to change? And a lot of people, of course, have children. So I guess it's also about inspiring the next generation, the generation that we help grow up. And I might not have children, but I am a proud auntie of a lot of kids who actually are not related to me, but, you know, good friends. And it's nice. It's nice to have a positive impact on them, do things together. And I also coach some young ones out there, and to give them the head start and the support that I didn't have myself feels really good. And also literally to be that role model, showing them, yeah, it's okay to speak up and speak out. It is okay to be specific and to talk with clarity. And then seeing how they change, seeing how they relax. I cannot tell you how worthwhile this is. I'm not there yet. There's so much more I want to do. And that's where the coaching comes in too. So I've been going to training so many times in the last couple of years. But this year, specifically going to Brendan, has made a huge difference in my life. And, well, if you want to be coached by me, just let me know. And you can comment on this video when you see it. But the other thing you can do is, of course, join me during the Courage Challenge. Then you get to see a little bit of me also. And you can get to work on that one topic. And, you know, we need sometimes a little support to get moving, to go ahead. And that's the one thing I wish for you, that you have the courage to step up and do that one thing for you. Because when your basis is good, when you have good energy, when you feel strong, it's so much easier to support others, including your own family. So yes, it is possible to change, even when you're a coach, or maybe especially when you're a coach, because then you know how to look at yourself. And there's no such thing as there's no time, or I don't know why I would do it, there's no use to it. There's use to it. It just depends on what you are willing to do, and of course mixed with the timing and who's coaching you and what about. So come and join me for the Courage Challenge, ladylexi.com/courage challenge, need currents, Courage Challenge. And I will see you next Friday. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it too. So I want to know what it is you are going to work on. If you want to see more when it comes to courage, then go click over there, and you will see more videos related to courage.